to the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, a Washington football podcast by fans for fans. With your hosts, Jesse Martin.
You want to play what? Okay. Say hello to my little friend.
John Taylor.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
And Keith Gray.
The King, your Majesty.
And now here's your host, John Taylor.
Hey, it's John Taman, your host, as if you didn't just hear that right there on our nifty animation. I got to figure out a way to get Scotty in here. Scotty, of course, we're joined on Saturdays by our friend Scott over there in, let me see if I can remember it today. It is Barrow in Furness.
That is correct, John. Yeah.
There we go, in the UK. And, of course, welcome once again. All right, so you know what? Saturday we're here to pick some NFL football games. We don't really care whether or not you pick any football games along with us. We don't really care whether or not you gamble based on our advice. As a matter of fact, it's been kind of a consensus that if you do, you're an idiot. So that's our disclaimer right there. All right, Jesse, my friend Jesse Martin is here, and you have COVID-19. Oh. What the fuck? Hey, wait. Maybe we can call our game in sick tomorrow. Maybe the Commanders can go, look, we can't play tomorrow. So
yeah, I'm really, really bummed out about it too, because actually this podcast I was set to go ahead to leave and stay in Alexandria for the night and go to the game tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
but
you got tickets. Oh man,
I'm not an asshole. I feel perfectly fine. Like,
you could just pin your beard up over your face and that could cover. That gives you adequate coverage according to the CDC, from what I understand.
Yeah, man, it's a bummer, dude. It's a bummer. But you know, like I said, if I was an asshole, I'd probably be just like, you know what, fuck them.
You were an asshole. The coffin would smell a lot worse.
I hope I'd sit next to a Green Bay Packer fan.
You could just hack right into their cheese hat. Yeah, that would be good. There you go. All right, well, that sucks for you that you don't get to go to the game. I have a feeling. What do you think, Scott? Since you're the percentage man, what is the percentage chance that our friend Jesse here decided, I don't really feel like driving all the way up there tomorrow to watch him get beat by the Packers, so I'm just going to say I got COVID and stay home.
It would be a good excuse. I'll give it a 5% one. That I
5%.
Think I genuinely think he was going to go, but yeah, fair play, Jesse. It's the right thing to do. So well done, you man. Is this the first time you've had it, or?
Yes. Yeah, it's the first time. Like I said, I told you, John, I woke up this morning, I had a little bit of an itchy throat, but maybe I was just snoring really loud or something. That's the kind of, and then I got the phone.
You were, but you were a trooper. You got up and made me some eggs, so that was nice.
Was that after the post-coital cigarette, was it, John?
Hey, I didn't say anything about that. You and your damn British. God, listen to you dirty people over there.
Yeah, it was.
We were staying up late watching wrestling. That's what we were doing.
All right, okay.
Something that's masculine like that.
Fucking
all right,
wrestling.
Okay, yeah, we're taking a shot at Keith, our wrestling fan, our other guy that's on this show sometimes. Sometimes. He's a wrestling fan. All right, so let's pick some football games. I don't have any idea how we did last week because, frankly, the way that my internet's been working with me this year, I have no idea how any of you picked. I'm just going to have to assume that I didn't miss a single one, and you guys missed everything. What's the matter with y'all?
I don't know.
Actually, how are you doing? Because I didn't keep track. How'd you
do? I think we all did bad because we were pretty much in line for most of the games, and we did not pick very well. I was at third to last place in my pool at work. Yeah, it was. I mean, and nobody scored really good because because we do the confidence, right? And
right,
you know, every team that you would figure would win. I think this last week was more underdogs won last week than they have in a very long time.
I have no idea how I did last week. And I will say that for like the 6 games that we picked when my microphone was screwing up and nobody could understand a word I said, I got all of those 100% right, dead on the nose. I'm watching the Oregon game here. Have you guys looked at this game?
No, not seen it today.
It's Oregon UCLA. It's top 10, 10-9. It's a good game so far. It's 2 field goals so far. But my God, Oregon's uniforms are the ugliest fucking things I think I've ever seen. And they have ugly goddamn uniforms most of the time. So, all right. Okay, let's go for this coming week. Coming up, what is this, week 7 of the NFL football season? Week 7.
It's flown by. It's flown by already, John. It's absolutely flying.
I mean, it always does. Every year flies by now. See, that's the thing, man. 5 years for somebody when you're, 15, 20 doesn't make wow, that's a lot of time. But for me, 5 years happened like yesterday. What? Really? That was 5 years ago? All right. So we'll start off with the D's. The Detroit Lions are at the Dallas Cowboys, and the Cowboys are a 7-point favorite. Dak Prescott is coming back. The Detroit Lions, what do you know, are the Detroit Lions after all. The only game that they have won, they beat up on the Commanders, and I'm not going to be impressed by that.
Yeah, no, Dak's coming back. So is there going to be a little bit of rust? Possibly, but it's the Detroit Lions.
Right.
That number is a little bit high for me, so I'll stay away from the game. But I definitely would lean towards the Cowboys in this game.
Yeah, I had a look at this earlier and I thought to myself, oh, that's 7 points for the, to cover for the Lions. I thought, yeah, I'll have a look at that. And then I didn't realize Dak is back this week. And you've just mentioned it there. I thought it was still Cooper Rush. So with that in mind, I can now understand why they've gone as a 7-point underdog. But yeah, I'd lean towards the Cowboys for this, and I wouldn't be putting any money on it now.
I might take the -7. The Lions, they stink, and Dak coming back is going to give them a bit of a boost. They had all of their guys practicing the other day. CeeDee Lamb's going to play. I don't want to put anything on the game because I think that really BetUS.com, which is where we get our lines from, and should be paying us a handsome salary for continuing to read this commercial all the doggone time, despite all my internet problems. Their lines are usually so close, man. I have a hard time just saying, okay, 7 sounds about right. I could see the Cowboys winning by 7 points, right? And
you can see that. Yes, I just looking at the other factors in the game. I'm looking at the fact that Dak Prescott did not look good before he got injured whatsoever. Okay,
he kind of looks like a fish.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you know any injury updates on this? Is Swift back in for the Lions? I
got it right here. He's questionable, so he has he's been upgraded to questionable. So there's a chance that he's going to play. There's no Charles Harris or DJ Chark is not going to play for the Lions, and I don't think I don't see an injury report for the Cowboys. So it looks like they're full.
Everybody practiced.
Yeah, they're full go.
They're ready to go. Jared Goff is going to eat turf all day long. Yeah. By the way, since we're talking about the Detroit Lions, we're going to give you a shot. This is Dan Campbell at his press conference yesterday announcing his injury report. There he is. Dan Campbell. Yes, that's right. These are the kind of jokes that you can expect here, along with these amazing analytical picks right here. All right, so I think we're all on the Cowboys, and we're all saying it should be about 7 points. So we're not going to touch this spread whatsoever. No. If it moves tomorrow morning to 6, I might take it.
Elsewhere I see it. I see it as low as 6.5. But still, that's.
Yeah. Well, since we have to say it anyway, we're talking about the line and where it's moving. We're talking about BetUS.com because listen up, sports bettors, your favorite sports book. BetUS.com is back for our 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUS offers
200%.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I thought you were telling me you were going to do it again.
No.
Okay, good. This microphone hates when I read this thing. BetUS offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all of your favorite sports, including the NFL, UFC, and Major League Baseball. Take it, Scott.
NFC, UFC, and Major League Baseball.
Thank you. If you're looking for live in-game betting, incredible odds and daily odds boosters, props and parlays, we got them. How about fast payouts and exceptional one-to-one customer service? We got that too. Look to BETUS.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79. BetUS, BetUS.com, where the game begins.
That just sounds delightful.
Fucking A, that's done and over with, That was good, though. That was very good. Off the cuff. Nice job there, Scott. You didn't have the script in front of you, but you said the right lines anyway. All right, we're good to go. All right, the next game that's coming up is the Giants, the fucking 5-1 goddamn New York Giants, and the Jacksonville Jaguars, who, amazingly enough, are still the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Giants. I was looking. I need a quarterback in my fantasy league, right? I've had Matthew Stafford. And
I just picked up Heineke.
Right? No, I'm starting. Well, see, I had Tua, but Tua has been hurt. So I started Tua this week, so I'm all right with that. But I had Matthew Stafford, and I just was not. I'm like, dude, he's just not getting it done. So I was gonna see if I could move him. What? Sorry, there's people talking to me. I was looking at other quarterbacks that were available. Of course, Daniel Jones, being the piece of junk suck ass that he is, was available. And I kept trying to find him in the stats to see where he was and how he was doing. Dude, they never let him throw the ball. They never let him throw the ball.
Was he on the third page again, John?
Are you surprised?
No, that's Brian Dable's secret. He said, you know what? You suck. You are not throwing the ball. Turn around and give it to Saquon, and that's it.
Yeah. This line, though, it seems a little weird to me. They have Jacksonville -3.
Home line. I don't know.
Jacksonville's 2-4. They've looked good in some games. They've looked terrible in others. The Giants have looked good, man. They've run the ball down opposing teams' throats all year long. Saquon is back from that devastating knee injury. He had an off year last year, but he scares the living shit out of me. I don't trust this line whatsoever. It's -3 everywhere.
Because nobody knows what to make of either one of these teams. They figure the Giants have got to fall sooner or later, and that something's got to turn around a little bit because the Jaguars have shown some life. So this is a home field line.
Yeah, I mean, they have the Giants, the power rankings at number 5, and the Jaguars at 28, and they're still an underdog. So
right back.
I don't know why that is. But you know what? I'm going to take the Giants +3, but I'm going to pick the Jaguars to win.
Oh, interesting. Well, I'm going to go on a steady dose and run of Saquon Barkley, and I'm going to think that the Giants will win this because we don't know what Jags team are going to turn up. One week they're blowing out a team, the next minute they look absolutely terrible. I've got no idea what to make of the Jags at all. So I think because Saquon's been on form, the Giants are rolling at the moment. It will be the 6-1 New York.
I just don't believe that. I'm sorry, Scotty. I just do not believe it, I don't believe that the Giants are going to be 6-1. I can't believe it. No, fuck that.
No, I can't believe it either. I really can't. And everyone said this is a terrible team.
Yeah. So I don't know. Something's got to give because the Giants aren't this fucking good. No way.
And who said the NFC East was terrible?
The odds makers are proving that right now. They don't fucking believe it either.
Yeah.
Right. I guess they don't know who's to pick on this game, so they're just going to pick the home field and be lazy about it. Essentially, it's a toss-up game. Look, the thing about the Giants is that, they are 5-1, but 2 of those games, and I hate to do this. Because I hate if you take away that play or this play, because you can't. Those plays exist.
Mm-hmm.
But they've won 2 games on the last fucking play, right? They've gotten it down there close. It wasn't like a big miracle Hail Mary, and Saquon's taken it in for, I think, both times for a touchdown to win the game.
Yeah.
So you got to credit Brian Dable for getting them turned around, but it's almost like a house of cards. How much can you literally win in the NFL and your quarterback is not allowed to throw the ball, right? And Saquon Barkley, for as good as he is, man, every week, last week against the Packers, I'm watching him at least 2 or 3 times hobbling off the field. Something else. He's limping this way or he's holding his shoulder this way.
Yeah, he looked dinged up last week, definitely. His shoulder was gimpy. But
take a shoulder away from a running back, boy. You really put him in a hole. So, I think that's what they're signaling with this line is that they don't think it can continue. I do. I think they're going to beat the Jaguars, and I think they're going to beat them pretty good. And I'm going to go ahead and take the Giants and the 3.
Ooh.
That's right. I'm going to give the 3, or I'm going to take the 3 points on the road, Yeah, I'll take that line. Give me the Giants.
Yeah, I'm taking the line. I'm just picking the Jaguars to win.
I'm
just
picking
because
the
I don't.
Giants.
Just because I don't want the fucking Giants. This is more of a heart pick.
Yeah,
not a head pick.
Dude, trust me. I feel filthy picking the Giants.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be a close game. I just think it's Jacksonville is going to kick a late field goal to beat them like 21-20 or something like that. But I'd take the Giants in the points.
Yeah, I tell you what. For myself, I feel as if I should get out of here because I can't. I took the Giants, and I'm putting cash down on the Giants.
And listen, Galladay is out, Kadarius Toney is out, Azeez Olawari is out.
Who cares? They don't throw the fucking ball. They don't let Daniel Jones throw it. Daniel Jones will look over at the sidelines and go, "Can I throw one?" And then Dable will go, "Fuck no, go back there and do what I told you."
Oshane Ximines, or however, he's out too. So that's two key linebackers from the Giants that are not playing. I
don't care. I don't matter.
The Jaguars seem pretty healthy. Marvin Jones is the only one that's questionable. That's of importance.
He's really not a factor, even if he's healthy anyway.
Yeah.
He's old enough to make you have to put somebody on him. But I think if it was us, we'd put Fuller on him 1-on-1, and that's really disrespecting him. All right, so let's see here. Moving on. All right, we got the Indianapolis Colts traveling to Tennessee. I think in Tennessee it is fuck your cousin day at the stadium. If you can prove that you fucked your cousin, they'll give you a half off of soda in the first quarter. So that's pretty cool. Indianapolis is coming over there. I will say this, and this is going to sound awful terrible, but I'm going to go ahead and say it anyway. But year in and year out, if you go and you just start doing a little bit of Googling, Indianapolis, the Colts, have the ugliest fucking cheerleaders in the league every goddamn year. I don't know what it is, why it is, but my God, they're all out there like, go Colts. And you look at them and you're like, oh my God. And I mean, that's completely superficial.
You studied that hard, John, by the looks of it, yeah?
You don't have to study it very hard. You Google them up and all of a sudden you see one in the background and you go, oh my God, what the fuck is that? Not only that, but they have that gigantic, stupid looking inflatable horse running around. It looks so fucking goofy. All right, so I do like the Colts in this game. They're traveling to the Titans. They're getting 2.5 points. The Titans are favored by 2.5 points. Another hometown line. I like the Colts at getting 2.5. I think that Matt Ryan is actually playing pretty good, all things considered. He's finding different receivers. What was that guy that he hit last week for 2 touchdowns? Dude had one real nice bobbly one-handed catch.
He's in my fantasy team this week.
He is. What's his name?
We'll get it up now.
Well, good grief. Things are going over pretty swimmingly over in the jolly old UK.
Thing about the Colts is both Shaq Leonard and Kwity Paye are out. 2 big-time defenders. Their defense hasn't been that good either. I want the Colts to win this game just because we play them the following week. The Commanders played them the following week, so I don't want them coming off of a loss.
We don't want to stir up old Matt Ryan.
I think the Colts will win this game. I do. They should win this game. Tennessee, I think, is a fraud. We should have beat Tennessee 2 weeks ago. Yeah, that's all I got. But I think I just don't. I don't think Tennessee's that good. I don't.
It's like listening to somebody on PBS discussing a gigantically huge philosophy book. I thought it was. There was probably some parts of it I felt were philosophically beside the point of certain things that I was wondering when y'all would stop me from. Fucking joke.
The Colts are going to win this game.
Yeah, there you go.
Because Tennessee sucks.
So I agree. Colts are going to win this game.
Show up in a tweed sweater and a pipe. Let me tell you something about what I think of the Tennessee Titans.
So the Colts are gonna win this game, and the guy I was looking at is Alec Pierce, the guy who got a couple of touchdowns last week.
He had a good game.
Yeah, I picked him up off waivers from a fantasy team. Looks like a good threat. So hopefully he has a good game, and the Colts will win.
He probably won't do nothing just
no, I know.
Off the waiver wire.
It's always the way. I'm 1-6, so yeah, doing well.
Oh,
yeah.
damn. I usually give up by then. I'm like, all right, that one's done.
Jesse's heading for the exit of his fantasy game. God damn it, fuck this. I'm driving home.
But yeah, Colts will win this. I think it'll be close, but Colts will win this. Vrabel's got some. He's always a good coach. I mean, you're looking at they were in the AFC title game last year, so you got to give them a bit of credit there. But I didn't think they were as good as people were making out when we played them a couple of weeks back. So I'm picking the Colts.
We should have beat them. But
yeah, we should definitely. I thought
we should have beat them. I'm not really impressed with either one of these teams in terms of comparing them against our own. We should have beaten Tennessee, and I think that we stack up really well against the Colts. And I think that it would be great if next week Dan Snyder versus Jimmy Irsay in a cage match.
Yeah, I was just about to say no holds barred fucking cage match. Right.
Give each one of them a 2x4 and turn them loose in there. Really make Dan Snyder put on those big black trunks that come up just under his nipples. Have him walking around the ring doing his stupid little shit like that. Jim Irsay stumbles in, pops a couple of pills. Let me tell you something, buddy. You, Dan Snyder. All right. So yeah, we're all on the Colts there, and I don't think I'm going to put any money on that one. I don't really care for that line enough. But all right, the Falcons and the Bengals. Both of these teams are surprisingly not what they are.
What the hell happened to the Bengals, and what the fuck is going on with the Falcons? I mean, the Falcons have played well.
They've played well, but they're not. They're not a team that I would consider to be any kind of a Cinderella story in the making. But yeah, Marcus Mariota. He's not a bad quarterback. I mean, he's got the legs that gives him that.
So much people gave me shit for wanting to pick him up for the Commanders.
I liked him.
Yeah,
but the line on this game is weird. I mean, it's 6.5 to Falcons plus 6.5. I mean,
yeah, I think the line should
really
be a little bit closer. I'll actually take the Falcons with the points and I'd put $100 on it.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I mean, I still think the Bengals are going to win. I just think the Falcons are going to make this a closer game, and
I think Falcons plus the points definitely. And I got 100 on this, but I do think it's a Cincinnati win. Just Jamar Chase is starting to play better now for the Bengals, so got a couple of touchdowns I think last week as well. So yeah, he's starting to roll into form a bit, and Burrow's starting to have that chemistry again with him, but they've both been really poor. I mean, the Bengals are the biggest surprise for me. Going out and buying,
they can't protect. That's
they invested so much in the O line, and it's been terrible.
Yeah.
Well, the bags of money probably would have been a better protection, but yeah, they can't protect the quarterback, and that's all there is to it. And I think that this week, even though you guys both make some really good points about why you would take the Falcons, and you're both putting 100 down on the Falcons and getting that 6.5 points. Whereas I'm going to go the other way. I think it's going to be a get-right game for the Bengals. They're at home. They're going to stand up because I think you're right. Jamar Chase is playing better. Burrow has been making some nice plays. He doesn't need a terrible amount of time. He needs a little bit of time. All right, get Mixon involved, and I think I'm going to go ahead and take the Bengals, give the 6.5, and I'm putting $100 down on that. It's get-right time for Cincinnati.
It looks like Big Mike shoves cucumbers up his anus. Did y'all notice that?
The Big Mike, he shoves cucumbers up his anus.
God. That's what he's saying. And he keeps, I guess he wanted us to mention that on.
Let's show everybody on the road. There's Big Mike. Yeah. Okay, Big Mike's saying hi to everybody. Hello, Big Mike.
Dear.
Good.
Are they big cucumbers?
Well, I'm thinking he means plural. Like several of them at a time. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that Big Mike was the most popular guy on his ship in the Navy.
What up, Ref? Our boys
What's up, Captain?
Ref, we got districts coming hanging out.
We're making some picks with Mike, Big Mike, who you will never ever hear fart. That dude, it's just like air running through a freaking subway tunnel. I guarantee you that. All right, let's see here. We got the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. The Cleveland Browns are actually talking shit on social media today about the Baltimore Ravens. talking about how Old Bay is overrated, which I thought was just ridiculous. Because they're the Cleveland fucking Browns.
When Old Bay, did you see when Old Bay came back and said that what did they say about?
They said you think Super Bowls were overrated.
Yeah, it's Super Bowl. That was fucking great.
That was pretty good. But it's like I always say, Old Bay is for tourists. So if you're coming here and you're judging us on our Old Bay, you're right. Go home. Bye. The tourists get that shit. Those who are here know it is J&O, and J&O is not sponsoring this podcast. Now, I'm sure over there in jolly old UK, J-O means something else completely different.
Nope. No idea what that is. I don't even know what J-O is, I'll be honest with you.
You boys would call it wanking. Jesse was doing it right before he came on the show. That's why his voice is all rough.
Yeah. Did we even pick the Bengals?
Yeah, we did. I picked the Bengals. But I'm taking the Bengals and giving that 6.5 points. And I'm watching this game. This Oregon UCLA game is pretty damn good.
I think Lamar's hasn't had past 3 games haven't been very good. He's made some crucial mistakes in crucial times of the game. But I also think there's some big injuries on that Cleveland Brown on the defense side of the ball with the Browns. Jadeveon Clowney, Denzel Ward.
Wait, Jadeveon Clowney is hurt? Are you serious?
No, that's a shocker. That's a shocker.
My God.
So I'm going to take the Ravens, and I think they're going to win probably by double digits.
Yeah, I'm taking the Ravens, and I'm going to go ahead and give the 7 points. They're going to crush the Cleveland Browns. Yeah. And that smashing is going to be sponsored by Old Bay, the most delicious spice that we send home with tourists.
Yep, yeah. Give the points, and the Ravens are going to win this, no problem at all. I agree with you, John. Probably double digits on this. They've not played themselves very well the last few weeks, but the Browns, they're just, even Myles Garrett's not getting the pressures or sacks that he needs. I get that, but he was playing last week, so I don't know. I don't know.
I think Andrews is questionable, Mark Andrews, but he looks like he's on the right side of playing. J.K. Dobbins is out, so he won't be playing.
It doesn't matter. They don't use him anyway. I don't understand what they do with him, man. They've got a quality back there, and they just don't use him. But what the hell do I know?
Yeah, I'm still taking the Ravens, though. This is a rivalry game, and the Ravens are going to just whip the shit out of them.
That's right. I'm putting $200 down on the Ravens and giving 7. Giving 7. What about you, Scott?
Yeah, take the Ravens and give in the 7 as well. That's what I've got from this game. It's a double-digit win, this, for the Ravens. No problem at all.
Right, Ravens are going to get the attaboy. That's right, because they're going to kick the shit out of the Cleveland Browns. All right, so all the people from Cleveland have now tuned us out. We're going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going into Carolina to play what's left of the Carolina Panthers. I do believe that while they're there, the Panthers are going to offer to trade the city of Charlotte to the Buccaneers for like 3 picks.
13.5. That's way too much. I'm going to take the Panthers plus the points. No way do I think the Panthers are going to come back close to winning this game, but they'll keep it within those 13 points. So,
yeah, it's a massive line, that 13.5. I did question it. Look at it and went, oh, okay. I mean, the Panthers are really bad, but I don't think the Bucs win by that much. But it is a Bucs win, so put me down. For
never mind. No,
sorry, it's officially a never mind.
Baker's not even playing, so they have.
Oh, is it PJ Walker again? Is it
PJ Walker?
Never mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay away. I'm gonna stay away from that game. That's. You know what? I'm gonna pick the Buccaneers plus. Or given
and give the 13.5.
Yeah,
I am too.
I think Brady's going to
do it even before the stunning news of Baker Mayfield not playing.
I think Brady is going to have it's going to be a rejuvenation game for him. And he's going.
Is that just his face, Jesse? Or is that
yeah, he's going to loosen up. He's going to loosen up a little bit. He's going to loosen that face up a little bit.
This AB stuff with him, it drives. Wow, Did you see the picture of the book that he produced with saying Daddy doesn't live here anymore, and AB was sat in his front room? Unbelievable. The Twitter that they've got, the beef that they've got going on there. But Tom's not reacting. But yeah,
well, Tom's not going to react. Tom can't react. He's got so much Botox in his face.
Exactly it. This is Tom's
how he
face.
smiles.
But the whole AB thing, ABC shut his mouth. Tom did a lot for him. He brought him back in the league, and AB just shit all over him. So fuck him, man. Fuck him.
AB's a fucking crazy ass.
He needs to be locked up in a little fucking loony bin.
You know, they ought to make a reality show with I've blanked on the goddamn name that I'm thinking about. I can see his face. He played for the goddamn Chicago Bulls. He rebounded everything that ever got shot.
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman. That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you for my memory. Very good. They should put him and Rodman in a room together and just put a camera in. See what happens. Be like the scorpion and the spider in there. Right?
It would just be one episode.
Right. Like I said, it'll be like the scorpion and the spider. You just throw them in there, see what happens. My dog is picking AB.
All right.
So I gotta pick this game, and I'm go ahead and take the Buccaneers, and I'm gonna go ahead and give the 13.5 goddamn points. Fucking dog. My dog wants me to pick the. I never thought in my life I would hear ever. Baker Mayfield's not playing. Let me change my opinion. Fucking A, dog.
All right, so we're going to move on to the New York Jets at the Denver Broncos, and the Jets are actually favored in the game, and I think this is the first time in a long time they've been favored in the game. And guess what? They should be favored in the game because I think the 1.5 that 1 point that they're given is not enough. I think this should be a 3-point spread out. The Jets have been playing really good lately. They got a good defense. Their quarterback isn't really that good, but they have a good running game. And I am going to take the Jets, and I'm going to put 500 smackaroos on this one.
Russell Wilson's not playing.
He isn't.
No.
So I'm definitely taking the Jets, although they are going to Denver.
Even if Russell was playing, I'd still take the Jets.
Jets +1, or Jets +1, right?
The Jets are
favored by 1.
Yeah, the Jets are favored by 1.
They are. I'll still take it.
I'll take the Jets as well for a win here, and I'm going to put 200 on that as well.
Seriously, what the fuck is going on in this planet? Baker Mayfield's not playing. Let me change my bet to definitely the Jets. Definitely the Jets.
It's just the way the Jets blew out the Packers last week. It was a really good day, a really good game. Robert Saleh seems to be starting something down there, but I still think they're a year away from being a contender for playoffs, for a deep run. But yeah, they will. And Russell Wilson's been terrible. But who's starting at QB for? Is it?
It's not Drew Lock.
No,
Drew Lock's in Seattle.
Let me see.
It's somebody I don't even know who it is.
Another one is it not Simeon? He's gone too. Let me see.
Sorry, don't know who he is.
That's okay. I can't. I used to be able to pull this shit off the top of my head, but I can't anymore.
Don't know either.
Anyway, yeah, it's just this is a Jets win. I mean, even the 1 point is I don't think is enough. If it was 3, I'd be like
Brett Rippon.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. I just read that earlier today.
Brett Rippon and Josh Johnson backing him up.
And that offense will probably look better. I know Brett Rippon's been in that organization for a while, even though it's a new coaching staff. But he's been with the Broncos for like 2 years, hasn't he? I think.
Yeah, a couple of years. I think he came out the same. Did he come out the same draft as Haskins?
I thought it was last year.
That might be last year.
I thought he stayed in after the year that Haskins was drafted. I don't know. You
know what? They've got issues over there in Denver. Put it that way. And a lot of them.
You're paying attention to this show. It's not because of the fucking expertise, right?
A lot of it does stem from Russell Wilson. So maybe Denver will play better with their backup quarterback. Maybe Washington will play better.
Better enough to be able to play against the Jets at the way that they're playing right now. I'm not so sure.
No.
They've got weapons, Sutton and Judy, and they've got Melvin Gordon at running back. That guy's a fucking beast. Dude averages like 5 yards a carry last year, but he doesn't have Javonte Williams to give him a spell right now. They got Latavius Murray. That dude fucking goes everywhere, man. They got Latavius Murray in there. He's a quality running back. I don't know why he can't stick anywhere, but he seems to do well when he gets into one of these places and they give him a chance. And I think spelling Gordon is not a bad job for him for the rest.
No, that's been his stick. At with New Orleans, and then he went to the Vikings and Ravens, and he's always been he's been good. He's been good. I mean, I've quite a few years I've picked him up on my fantasy team off the waiver wire, and he's done well for me when coming in for an injured starting running back.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy can play. All right, Houston is traveling to the Raiders. This line seems a little bit bigger than it should be. Raiders are favored by 7.5. I don't know what's going on with the Raiders this year, man. Their offense just doesn't seem to be clicking. Yeah, they've been playing some pretty damn tough teams, but still, I'm going to stay away from this game. I would probably lean towards the Raiders, but that 7.5 point just seems a little bit too high. And the Texans been playing a few teams tough lately, so I've lost a little bit of money on the Texans this year, or on some of the teams that they've been playing, just because they didn't cover the spread.
Yeah, well, I will take the Raiders, and I'll give the 7.5 points on this one. They're going to be at home. I think they're going to start to finally put it together a little bit. There's too much talent there to not. I think that they're going to treat the Texans like the Texans were a microphone man crossing in front of Devontae Adams, which, by the way, Devontae Adams has nothing to be apologize for. That dude walked right in front of him, man. What the fuck was he supposed to do? I mean, he banged into him, but Jesus Christ, so what?
Yeah, a little bit more than a bang into. He pushed his ass.
I mean, dude bumped right into him. I don't see where it's all that big of a deal.
And also another thing too is Darren Waller's out. Hunter Renfrow is questionable. That's half your playmakers right there too for Vegas. So, like I said, I'm going to stay away from this game.
Yeah, I'm siding with the Raiders, but purely because they're the home team. Long neck, Midtown Coffee quarterback isn't doing much this season. No. Davis Mills.
Come in for a cup of Davis Mills. Brewed with delicious hometown goodness.
He does have that name. That's absolutely true. But yeah, I think that Vegas are putting it together. Did he get a suspension for that push then? Or did they just?
I don't think they suspended him. I know the guy is suing him, but you know, I mean,
okay.
You know what?
He's not on any of the reports. He looks like he's playing.
I guarantee you, neither is the cameraman that's suing them. You know, he's not on injury reports. He's going to work this week.
That's true.
But yeah, I'll stay away from this one, and I'll pick the Raiders. The Raiders.
You know what you should do? You should hang around down by the tunnel in case somebody else tries to do that. That's like one of those Russians that run out in front of a car and then jump it. Oh, right. That's what that guy did. Okay. And then what you do is when somebody does that to one of the Raiders players this week, you jump out in front of all the lawyers that are running after him to tell him, you got to sue him. Look, Derek Carr ran you over. You got to sue him. You run out in front of one of the lawyers. And then you're set. You got the system by the tail.
All right.
Seriously, I know that the guy that he ran over watches the show.
Y'all see this shirt? I won this shirt. This Jahan Dotson Pepsi Rookie of the Week shirt. Nice. I won this from Pepsi. Just letting y'all know. I was excited. I don't think anybody else did. Or if they did, it was only a few.
But you won that from Pepsi?
Yeah. I entered a contest and they sent me a DM and said, "Hey, you won our Pepsi Rookie of the Week."
That's cool.
Contest.
What was the contest? Did you have to write a theme? Why I like Jahan Dotson by Jesse Martin.
It was
aged 8.
That's right.
Because I voted
for the Commanders.
You know how you vote for Rookie of the Week, right?
Right.
Yeah. I voted and I won.
Do you know what the thing you don't know here, John, is that Jesse entered it saying Jesse aged 8, but he ate one of the crayons as well as writing with it. Yeah.
But he put XXOO at the end. Tell Jahan I said hi.
Love you, Jahan.
That's pretty cool. So you voted and you won. Maybe that's how we get people to the polls in a couple of weeks here in the United States.
Look, hey, that's
we'll
some keen advice right there. That's some keen advice.
Seriously though, my parents just came back from Vegas, and honestly, some of the adverts, like my mum,
How long were they there? They were there when y'all were in town.
Oh yeah. They were there
Were
like,
they
a
There
couple of
goes your inheritance.
100%. But the adverts for American political campaigns are wild.
It's crazy.
Right? They are wild. Honestly, they are absolutely wild.
You can look outside my front door and you'll see all up and down the neighborhood streets freaking advertisements for offices.
I ain't telling anybody anything about that. There ain't nothing gonna be in my front yard. No bumper stickers on my car. You crazy motherfuckers. You stay the fuck away from me.
All right, Kansas City at San Francisco, and this line is bullshit. I'm taking Kansas City. Given the one, this line is stupid. I don't understand it whatsoever. This should be at least 3. San Francisco, Kyle Shanahan gets away with so much shit. Someone was talking about it the other day. I forget who or where I saw it, but I don't think he's that good of a coach.
But they keep making deep playoff runs.
Do they?
Weren't they in the championship game last year?
They make bad decisions, and that was like 2 years ago.
No, I think it was last year.
They were last year.
Packers and got
last year
as well, yeah.
I don't know. Something about Shanahan bothers me. I don't think he's that good of a coach. I don't think
he doesn't like Irish people, Scott. That's what it is.
Maybe. I don't know. Is he Irish? Shanahan?
Shanahan.
That might be Irish. But he makes boneheaded game time decisions. And I remember even going back to when him and his father were here, he'd made some interesting decisions as far as play calls and timeouts and stuff like that. But you don't hear him getting ridiculed like other coaches.
That's because he keeps getting deep playoff runs. That's why.
But
doing it with fucking schmuck like Jimmy Garoppolo.
Them being only a dog by 1 point, I think that's ridiculous. And I'd put 500 on the Chiefs.
See, this is one of those lines where you go, because you say that it's ridiculous, but when they are ridiculous, that's when you go, what the fuck are they? Because it always comes out, and if you look at it on Monday, the 49ers will win by a field goal, or the Chiefs will win by 1, and it'll be a push, and you'll go, how the fuck did they know that? This should have been a smokeroo. I really don't think Christian McCaffrey moves the needle that much, even though I really also don't think it's going to be too much for them to get him involved. I think Shanahan right now is sitting there with a piece of notebook paper drawing up ways to get McCaffrey in the game. So that I don't think will be a problem. But, their defense is pretty good. I just am not a believer in Jimmy Garoppolo. Ayuk has been playing well. Of course, Deebo Samuel's been playing well, but this is the Chiefs, man. They can do that shit too.
Yeah.
So
they're both relatively healthy.
This should be a good slobber knocker battle. I mean, this should be up and down the field.
Yeah, Eric Armstead is a high profile defensive tackle. He is out for the San Francisco 49ers. But other than that, both teams are healthy. Joe Thuney is questionable for the Chiefs, but like I said, I think the Chiefs' offense is just way too high-powered. San Francisco's got an okay defense. Yeah, they're okay. I don't think they're top 5 or anything like that. But yeah, man, give me the Chiefs, and I'll put 500 on that.
I'm not going that high. I'll put 200 on it. I'll take the Chiefs as well. And I'll probably look at you on Monday and go, what the fuck, man? How do they know that shit? Because we are both fucking hundreds of dollars lighter.
Yep.
What about you, Scott?
The Chiefs for me on this one too. I'll just show you Christian McCaffrey's side profile of his ACL. Yeah, it's that thin. I mean, honestly, what you got to say, how do they do that? I mean,
how do they make that trade?
They pick up the players, but they always overpay. Massively.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
They don't pick until the 5th round next year.
Yes, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And then,
I mean, does anyone even take into account past injuries at all, or do they just go, "Yeah, this guy's pretty good. Yeah. We'll push him through"?
Look, the guy's talented.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
You got to be healthy to put that talent to use, and he's been far more unhealthy than healthy.
Maybe that Bay Area sunshine will do him the world of good. Who knows?
Who knows?
Isn't that where he's from? I think. But
Yes. Well, his father Ed played for the 49ers.
The Broncos.
So.
No, he played for the Broncos.
No, he played for the 49ers as well too.
Oh, well. He won the Super Bowl with the Broncos. I know that. He was big time with the Broncos. But the thing about his ACL, they rebuild those things really well now these days. It's almost like you can, they go out and play on them relatively quickly. It's not a year injury like it used to be.
Except for Chase Young.
Well, he's got a multiple.
Yeah.
Injuries.
Different degrees, and people listen. That's why and we were talking in our podcast yesterday about Jahan Dotson. I wasn't upset that he tweaked his ankle. I don't think they tried to rush him back too soon.
No, I don't think so.
Everybody's body reacts different, and setbacks happen. Shit happens. I want Jahan Dotson on the field as soon as possible.
Well, you won a contest.
We are not we are not out of the playoff race yet. So if it was different, if it was later on the year and there was like really no chance of it happening, sure, don't rush him back. But injuries, you never know, man. You never know.
They either happen or they don't.
Yeah.
And when you have a guy like that, you can't say that these things can be chronic because of how well they repair ACLs. I mean, it may turn out he busted his ACL again. You never know. Jimmy Garoppolo, right? He was running down the field, nobody touched him, and he fucking tore up his ACL.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it depends. I mean, ACLs these days, as you said, are quickly repaired, but it depends what graft they go with. I mean, I've had mine done. I broke my ACL, MCL, and PCL all at the same time. And I had a very similar operation to what Chase Young's had, which is why as soon as I heard that it was
happened to you?
Rugby scrum. So
rugby scrum. There you go.
Yeah, right in the middle of the front of the rugby scrum, I did it, and then didn't realize. Oh yeah, I thought fine. My leg's blown up a bit. I'll be okay. And then I was doing my fitness test in the military 2 weeks later, and I planted my leg on a sprint, and my leg stayed the same way, but my body moved. So yeah, not great.
His fucking heel is in his ear. Oh yeah,
it was awful. But yeah, that took me 18 months of pure rehab to get fit again. And I was, at the time I was playing, at the highest level of armed forces rugby, and it, like literally 8 weeks of pure rehab every single day, and that didn't even get me back to fitness for 18 months. And I'm just a bum on a couch, now. And I was then. So these professional athletes, you think, yep, they're going to come back a bit quicker. But yeah, it's a strange one. That's why when I heard Chase Young's injury was a bit more complex, I knew he probably would be out a little bit longer. Saying, oh yeah, he might be ready for week 1 is not realistic at all. So, but anyway, back to this game. I'm definitely taking Kansas City just because Mahomes does Mahomes things. And Kelsey's on fire at the minute as well. So dial that one up. They're going to win that, no problem.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got the Chargers and the Seahawks. Chargers are at home. Chargers are favored by 4.5 points. I think that's a good line.
Yeah, I do too. I was just thinking that. Seattle's been playing good, man. I don't. I do know that Keenan Allen is supposed to be back. So that's good news for Justin Herbert. Tyler Lockett is on the injury report. That would be a big loss to Geno Smith if he is out. But this is a good line, and I'll take the Chargers plus the 4.5. But I think Seattle's going to make it a game, though. I think Herbert will throw a late fourth quarter touchdown to Keenan Allen to seal the win.
Dustin Hopkins is out.
He is. Dude
hit 5 field goals the other night with a bad hamstring.
Let's see who else.
Got a game ball for that, John.
Yeah, I would guess so because of his balls. He left him on the field.
Josh Kelly is out. Backup.
I don't think it matters. I'm taking the Chargers.
I'm taking the Chargers too. Yeah, they're listing Keenan Allen as questionable, but he is. I did see a report earlier today that he was doing red zone work with the team during their walkthroughs. That's usually shows that he's indicative to play. So I'm taking the Chargers. Give the points, and I'll put $50 down on that one.
$50. What about you, Scott?
Chargers for me, and I'll give the points as well. Put 100 on this one. I think the Chargers will win this, but I don't know what to make of them this season.
Yeah,
They're
I
a
agree.
tough team.
They've been beat up. They've been injured as well too.
Herbert's
Herbert's
been hurt,
hasn't. Yeah, he hasn't
His
been.
ribs,
Eckler started slow, but he's starting to really start to peel
I
out.
love Austin Eckler, man. He's a great running back, great receiving
Mm-hmm.
back. He's the whole package right there. He really is.
Mm-hmm. But it's funny, isn't it? I mean, if you look at the whole NFL, which we're going through these games now, there's not a single team apart from probably the Bills who you'd say are an outstanding team or are doing really, really well at the minute. Everyone's
the
up
Eagles.
and down.
Bills and Eagles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Eagles too. Yeah. Okay, got it.
You know, we don't like saying that. That's kind of a bad word
no.
around here.
Right.
But
This is a day where we were like surprised that, oh my gosh, Baker Mayfield, we got to change our bet, and we were also like all in on the Jets. So yeah, saying the Eagles, it's definitely a fucked up year. I believe.
Yeah,
the final year for the Earth.
The Bills are my Super Bowl pick. They are my Super Bowl winner. I put a good little chunk of money on that before the season started. The Bills are great, man. I think I'd be surprised if they lost another game this year. I wouldn't expect them to lose any more than one, maybe two. But they're all around good team, offense, defense, special teams, and
they're on a bye this week, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah,
you're probably going to see the Bills and the Eagles in the Super Bowl this year, and hopefully the Bills just beat the shit out of them.
Well, all right. Sunday night we have the Steelers and the Dolphins. I'm interested to see the Dolphins. I want to see Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua back, yeah. I want to see how that team looks with Tua back.
Right, because I mean, the last time we saw him actually play really well, they came back on the Ravens and scored something like 5 touchdowns in the final quarter, and they had an amazing comeback. So I want to see whether his brains are scrambled because, like I said earlier in the show, he is my fantasy quarterback this week, and I kind of like it when my quarterback plays on Sunday or Monday night because I see how the rest of the week shapes out, and I can see how much I need. So, but how do you think NBC's feeling that they get the Steelers looking at the way the Steelers have been? They probably feel a lot better since they beat the Bucs last week.
Yeah, I was just about to say, but I don't think Steelers have any chance to win this game because Steven Sims is not playing.
Oh well,
do you think the line? Do you think the line is about right here of +9?
I think it's about right. I don't know. Dolphins are at home. I don't know if I'd go 9.
Everywhere else, I've actually looked at the lines. Everywhere else is around 7. This line
that's what I would
seem
think
just a touch high to me, especially as well as the Steelers played last week against the Bucs.
And you don't really know what Tagovailoa is going to come out looking like. How bad is his brain going to be? Is he going to be scrambled?
I'm going to actually take the Steelers plus the points.
Yeah, that's why I got
it. And put $50 down on that.
I'm picking the Dolphins, but I'm not going to put any money down. But
the Dolphins are going to win. I just think the Steelers are going to make.
They're not going to win by 9.
Yeah.
Dolphins win. They won't win by 9, and you can put me down for $100 on that. Is Small Hands Pickett playing on this one?
He is.
Take my strong hand, child. I don't know. But this could be Mike Tomlin's first losing season. As a head coach.
Long way to go. Yeah. Long way to go. You never know. Tiny Hands has a double jointed thumb, so he's got like a crab claw. He's got.
Jalen Waddle is questionable, so that you take that in consideration as well too. He's a really good receiver, man.
He's been questioned.
He won't start. He will not start.
Gesicki had to come out last week. He caught 2 touchdowns last week, so I'm thinking that they should be all right, even if he doesn't play as much as you might expect. All right, so who do we have? So that was Sunday night. We're all on the Dolphins winning. I'm not putting any money down on anything there, but I think the Steelers will cover the 9. So Monday night, oh boy, everybody gets to go to bed early. It's the Chicago Bears and the New England Patriots.
Yeah, okay, who's playing, Bailey Zappi or Mac Jones?
I think it's Mac Jones by the looks of it. It looks like Mac Jones is back in the town, but
they're still saying he's questionable. And if I was New England, I would say fuck Mac Jones. Y'all heard me say this, 2 years ago. I'd be super pissed off if we drafted Mac Jones. I was never a Mac Jones believer. He had a decent season last year, but if you actually go back and watch those games, he really didn't play that well. I'm not a Mac Jones. I'm still not a Mac Jones believer. And if I was Belichick,
he's been known to trade a quarterback.
Yes, he has. And Bailey Zappi would be the way to go. He's won 3 in a row. and he's been playing actually well. He's been driving the ball down the field.
He's 2-1, I think. I thought he lost the first game he was in, but I'm not 100% sure.
No, I think he's won 3. I'm pretty sure he's won 3. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Yeah, man, I'd stick with Bailey Zappi, and just, kind of to piggyback off that, you play what's going to give you the best chance to win. And that goes for going back to the Commanders, man. If Taylor Heineke comes out and plays better than Carson, what we've seen from
they put Carson on an IR today.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. So he's got out for at least 4 games. But you got to put your best players out there to give you the best chance to win. And I think that's what the Patriots should do, because the team looks a hell of a lot better with Bailey Zappi under center than they did ever did with Mac Jones.
Scott, real quick, how much of a fuck did you give about this game? Did you give it
none at all? I will be soundly asleep in my bed, and I may eat my breakfast while watching the highlights, as I tend to do from Monday Night Football.
Right.
The Bears are a terrible side. How on earth? But we still managed to only just beat them by the skin of our teeth.
Right.
But yeah, Ramondre Stevenson's playing well at running back for New England. He's starting to get out there. A couple of touchdowns last week for him. Bailey Zappi, yeah, if they stick with him, as you said, that makes sense. So give me New England in New England all day. Bill Belichick, you don't really you never back against Bill. He's always got something up his sleeve. So
frankly, he doesn't wear sleeves.
He's worse than Ron with his stature. You know what I mean? He just yeah. But New England all day for me on this.
I would say that I would just like to have Bailey Zappi play as often as possible so that we can hear Bill Belichick have to say Zappi in his press conferences as often as we possibly can.
That line's a little bit too big for me to touch. Everywhere else is like 7 or 7.5. I think that seems a little right. I'm going to pick the Patriots to win, but I'd actually go with the Bears plus the 9.5.
Yeah, I'm not touching in any way that spread in that game, but I'm picking the Patriots, and I'll be like Scott. I might watch a play or two, and then that'll be the end of that. There's nothing there that interests me.
I won't even turn on. I think it starts about 1:30 my time in the morning. So there's absolutely no way I'll be watching any of that.
The thing is not only is it the Bears, which are bad. That's just not a good team to watch. The only reason I would really ever want to watch what they might do is to watch Roquan Smith. I like watching him run around. He plays well. But other than that, there's nothing there that I would want to see. I don't even want to see whether Fields plays well. And the Patriots, I'm just sick and tired of them from the last 20 fucking years. All right. I'm just tired of them. I don't want to see them anymore. That's the end of that.
All right. To game of the week.
Zappi right down your throat there.
Game of the week. Green Bay's traveling to Washington to play the Commanders.
And they're favored, right? By like 4.5? What is
4.5, yeah. And that line has continued to come down. A couple of days ago, it was at 5.5. And then yesterday it moved to 5. And this morning it moved to 4.5. So who you got, man? Let me run down the injury list real quick. Christian Watson, their best receiver, is out for the game. Sammy Watkins is questionable.
That started at the beginning of his career. Right. Yeah. That dude was questionable the day he got drafted.
And David Bakhtiari is questionable, leaning towards not playing as last time that I think I saw, which that's a good, good sign. On our side, Jahan Dotson is questionable. He probably won't play. Logan Thomas is out. De'Ami Brown is out. And William Jackson III is out. Jonathan Williams is out. John Bates is questionable. And Sam Cosmi is also questionable. We're a little banged up, but good thing about it that we have depth at the receiver position. We got depth at the even though our top two tight ends are ill or they're sick. They got little sniffles. They can't play.
Says the guy with COVID.
Yeah. John Bates, it would kind of be a blow if he's not going to go. Then, you got your young guns at tight end. You need a blocking tight end.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's going to hurt is to have them there not being able to block, because Amari Rodgers and Cole Turner are not blocking tight ends yet. They're just not. They haven't developed into that yet.
No.
But as we all know, Taylor Heineke is now under center. Scott, we had our podcast yesterday and talked about it. So what do you think Heineke is going to bring to this team?
He gives you a lot of ability through rushing and moving outside the pocket to try and extend plays. More of a dink and dunk to mid throws to short and intermediate passing. He's not got the long ball. I don't understand this whole. I've been working on arm strength in the close season, dude. You can't throw the long ball. We know that. We've seen you do it for a season. As long as he's worked on his mechanics, which I think was his biggest issue, I'm fairly confident. What I do look back to is I look back to some of the plays and games that he had last season where we had long and extended drives where there's a lot of time came off the clock, which I think we can do again.
We did one last week.
Tomorrow. Well, yeah, but with Wentz under center, he always seems to shit himself and go insular when he makes a mistake.
Spray mud all over his pants.
I don't think you get that with Heineke. It's, he might give this team a lift, which is what we want. They seem like they want to play for him. He's a good locker room guy. Is he going to be enough? I don't know. Rodgers has got a banged up thumb. It's a winnable game. I'll give you that. It's a winnable game. Will we win it? I don't know. This is a real.
Way to be committal there, Scott. Way to commit.
Totally. Yes. Stick that fence right up my ass.
Fuck rhino.
Stick that fence right up my ass because I am sitting on it.
Here we have Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers discussed his thumb on a morning show in Green Bay the other day. So here he is on this morning with Philip and Holly. He's gonna go, but his thumb is kind of bothering him. And I think that's good. I think, like I said yesterday on the Bleeding Burgundy podcast, I want FAO Bada to go through there in the first quarter, take a 15-yard penalty if you have to, and just bite him, eat part of him. Just take a chunk out of him, right out of the thigh or something. Just put a mark on him, put a tooth mark on him.
I think the defense is going to eat. I think they're going to do really well. They're going to get a lot of pressures. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be eating turf, which is a good thing. How well we perform on offense is the key to this. And that if Cosme's back from being questionable, then that gives us a little bit more. I think that Tyler Larson coming in at center made a difference last week.
Sure.
So
in some ways, they still have problems picking up with the A gap
stunts. Yeah, and
right.
Yeah,
they don't know when to
right.
pass off, so they've got to get stuck on something with that. And I got to tell you, I'm gonna once again. I'm pointing at Scotty, not you. I'm pointing at Scotty Turner. You've got to help them out. You've got to call plays that can help them out. Run the ball, establish the run, push on them, let them move forward, move the pocket to the outside, call some design rollouts. Look, when they were having their worst troubles with Wentz getting blown up like that, they did it one time. They rolled him out one time, and it resulted in like a 12-yard completion. Boom, boom, boom. And then nothing. They don't no more than that. After that, 7-step drops, go back there, pat the ball twice, get sacked. So do some things. When you say Heineke has the ability to extend plays, look, I might be out on a boat by myself with this, but I think that's a misnomer. I think he extends plays because he holds the ball too long and he has to do some shit like that. So stop trying to be the hero. Take the read, find the open man, and throw the ball. All right? Don't be the hero. Just as old Hank Stram of the Kansas City Chiefs would say, just matriculate the ball down the field, boys.
I'm gonna bite back a little bit on the San Cosme. Having him back, I think Lucas has played very, very well in his place. Actually, I think he's a little bit better than Cosme has, and I do like the idea of moving Cosme to guard. Yeah. But he needs to have both of his hands.
Sonny Charles hasn't really done so bad,
Yeah, you haven't really heard his name called too much.
They have trouble across all three of them. The guards and centers have had trouble picking up on things all year long. But Sonny Charles is better than Trey Turner, for God's sake.
Sure, 100%.
Sure.
By the way,
I think I like the way Lucas has played. Even going back when he stepped in as a starter for 17 games. When Trent Williams held out. I thought he played very well at left tackle, and every time that he's come in,
disrespected when they drafted Cosby.
Sure,
yeah. I don't know why they're doing that.
Yeah, every time that he's had the opportunity to come in, he's played pretty well. Will he give up a sack or two? Yeah, he's not going to be a top 10 tackle in the league. That's just not who he is. But he's definitely adequate, and that's what you need. You need someone that's going to be able to hold up. That's not going to have to limp off the field, even though we loved Morgan Moses here, but he seemed like he got hurt every fucking game, but he still came back and played the next game.
He kept playing, man. Well, he kept playing in the games that he got hurt. That dude was playing on two sprained ankles. I don't even know.
Yeah, but sometimes he should have been out of the game. He shouldn't have fucking been in there. He actually lost us a couple of games because he wouldn't fucking come out. But that's another conversation for another day.
By the way, Trey Turner.
Wentz in trouble, and he is sacked.
Yeah, there we go.
This game to me, I feel a lot like I felt going again when we were playing the Titans. I thought we had a good opportunity to win the game.
Yep.
I think we have a good opportunity to win this game.
We do.
And you're right. It's about the offense. Okay. How are they going to? I think the offense is going to have a jolt. I don't know how long it's going to last. Heineke last year played good in spurts. It didn't last but a couple games here and there. We did go through that 4-game win streak last year.
So you're saying he came well, but he had stamina problems.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Right into your face.
It's also, I think this is going to have a lot to do with what we do with Aaron Rodgers too, and this defensive line. We've been playing good. The defensive line has been playing very good the past few games. If we can get to Rodgers, I'm not scared of their weapons, and that kind of goes back to
bad, but he's been dinged up. And Tanyan, look, I don't care what kind of tight end you have. If you have one, he is going to run fucking ragged around goddamn Holcomb.
That's good, but if you go back and think about it, we haven't really been giving up a lot of yards to tight ends this season.
No, because we've been letting them go to the wide receivers.
It could be the case, but the fact is, I think there's a good opportunity to win this game, and I am picking the Commanders to win this game.
Ooh. I'm picking us to win too, and I think we do have a good opportunity, but it's not the same. I feel like as with Tennessee, whereas Tennessee, I believe, has a Hall of Famer at running back.
Sure,
it's a wholly different situation when there's a Hall of Famer at quarterback. He's got the ability to say, or as I should say it, is in Aaron Rodgers' stuff. Okay, I'm hanging 50 on you. All right, and he can. If he decides he's going to have himself a day,
we talked about this yesterday. They got a SWAT at everything. Every time he goes back for a pass, hit that fucking hand
and bite him. F.A.O. Bada, bite him just one time. Just I'm telling you, it goes a mile. You give him one good bite on the forearm and then look at him and go, what? And watch.
Time to start getting a little dirty.
Flag and bite it.
Time to start getting a little dirty. Both Payne and Allen have been playing outstanding this season. Montez Sweat has starting to come along.
Yeah.
This defensive line has to eat to win this game.
They got to do it. You got to go get him.
Yeah,
all right, we are 107, so we better wrap it up here.
Okay,
108.
I've got us winning this as well, 23-17. I think it's very, very tight, but I think we get a field goal with a few minutes to go to seal it and put ourselves 6 points up.
Yeah, I think I picked them yesterday. Was it 23-18?
I would also go and take one step further on Scott's and say they give Aaron Rodgers 4 seconds left and he throws one Hail Mary that makes us all about shit our pants. But it falls harmlessly to the ground.
Yeah, I mean,
nice. All right, then. Till next week, I suppose. We'll see y'all on the Bleeding Birdie podcast on Monday to talk about our victory over the Packers. And we'll be back here next Friday also to talk about our game coming up against Colton, and next Saturday to talk with our buddy Scotty here about the NFL and how we're going to have some fun watching the games.
All right, Big Mike, thanks for sending us 5,000 messages about cucumbers up your ass and a bunch of other stuff.
That's right. By the way, Big Mike, have a nice evening. I might recommend a tomato or two. Butternut squash is coming into season right now. And
his record is 4 at once.
4 at once, he says.
Gosh.
That's not bad. That's not bad, Big Mike. I would think that I would ask for video evidence, but I really don't fucking want to see it. So Till next time. See you later. If you work in the emergency room, be on the lookout for Big Mike.